We're live. I hit the wrong cue. It's Friday. You know what that means. Kyle screwed up, and instead of playing the theme music, I went live. What is good, YouTube? Welcome to this week's Friday Night Smackdown Preview. It is March the 12th, 2021. This is the Wrestling with Fans podcast. If you're in the live chat, say hi, hit like on the video. Got a little bit of stuff to talk about. You notice these little things over my shoulder here. If you follow the show on Instagram, you already see what we got. Thank you for the like, whoever that was. Appreciate that. Oh, let's run this down real quick and we can get into it. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern for the Raw preview on Monday, AEW Dynamite and NXT on Wednesday, SmackDown preview on Friday. Tune in on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the live recording of the Wrestling with Fans podcast. Follow us on social media. You can find us at wrestlingwithfans.com. New audio shows posted every Thursday. And I realize I got to apologize as well. I have not posted this week's episode. I totally forgot to edit it, so I've downloaded it. So as soon as the stream's over, I'm going to edit that and get that out as soon as possible. So I apologize. DJ Plays in the chat. What is good, my friend? Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/wrestling with fans. Hawk smash the like button to keep up to date with everything we're doing here on the show. If you're watching live, you already know about the YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed. So close to 50. We're sitting at 43. Only got a few more to go to hit 50. Follow us on Instagram. Search Wrestling with Fans. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts fix. Just search Wrestling with Fans podcast. We're on Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, all that good stuff. And our email is wwfshow@gmail.com. And don't forget, Monday, March the 29th, a little over 2 weeks away, it is the third birthday of the Wrestling with Fans podcast. We're going to live stream on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern. Myself, and I'm going to be joined by a gaggle of former co-hosts. Bobby, the original co-host, will be back with me. Chris will be back with me. Jason will be back. And Jen will be back as well. A whole group of people. It's going to be a fun night. Make sure you join us. Links to everything I just talked about are in the video description below. All right. So we got some SmackDown stuff to talk about. But I'd be remiss if I didn't show off the goodies I got behind me. Let's start with what this channel is actually about. Pro wrestling. Fan Takeover Series 2, Adam Cole, baby, finally came in. I ordered him back in February. I ordered him, I think a month ago today is when I ordered him. My Shayna Baszler from that same line, Fan Takeover 2, did come in, but Adam Cole was on back order. It's basically a re-release of the Elite 72 Adam Cole, baby. But I got them both, so we're going to be unboxing them. But the big find today. This is mainly a wrestling channel. We are going to talk SmackDown. There's not a lot to talk about, so I figure I can jump off track for a few minutes. But NECA Ninja Turtles, guys. And also the Shadow Master himself. This is wrestling related. Super Shredder, played by none other than Big Sexay himself, Kevin Nash, in Ninja Turtles 2. We got the Super Shredder NECA figure. And then we got Raph and Mikey. You see the screen there. Let me minimize this a little bit so the reflection doesn't come up. It's still probably going to show up, but, you know, it is what it is. And I'll block it all. You can't do it. But Raph and Mikey here. We got Leo and Donnie here. I think when this live stream's over, I'm going to go and film a little unboxing to go up on the channel. Again, this is a wrestling channel, but we are going to have some other toys on here as well. Because Jen is in the house. Say hi, Jen. Say it loud. I don't think anybody heard you. Okay, they might have heard that. They might have heard that. And also, don't mind me in front of you. I was in the mood for ice cream. She stopped and picked up hot fudge sundaes for us. So again, I apologize for eating in front of anyone. But I'm super stoked, guys. Like, you have no idea. Like, I still got goosebumps thinking about finding these figures today. But let's get why you are hopefully all here, and let's talk Friday Night Smackdown. There's not a lot to go off of yet again, but we're going to make the best of it as we always do each and every night here on the Wrestling with Fans YouTube channel. Let's see. Look at to pull this up. Okay. So from the official Smackdown preview on WWE.com, we have 3 big things going on. Not a single match is announced, though. No match is currently announced for SmackDown tonight. But we are scheduled to see the contract signing, for the Blue Universal title at Fastlane. Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan were going to sign their contract for the Fastlane match. We are also going to get a special episode of the KO Show. Special guest, SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks and her WrestleMania opponent, the winner of the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble, the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. And finally, Big E returns to SmackDown tonight. So 3 big segments announced, no matches. Go figure. But there's one news story I want to touch on before we get into any of that, because I think this is worth talking about ahead of everything SmackDown. Let's see. Who is the first one to report? So Wrestling Inc. Alex McCarthy of TalkSport later confirmed, but Wrestling Inc. is reporting that Andrade Cien Almas, former NXT champion, a former United States champion, is reportedly asking for his release from WWE. The report says that he had requested this back at Monday's Raw this past week. Andrade hasn't been seen. Let me look. I don't even know when the last time Andrade was used. Let's see. Andrade Cien Almas. The last time Andrade was on TV was the October 12th, 2020 edition of Monday Night Raw in a losing effort to Angel Garza. So we have not seen Andrade for 5 months to the day. It's been 5 months since Andrade has been on TV. He was drafted, I believe, to No, he went undrafted. He was not drafted at all in this past year's draft and hasn't been seen on TV in 5 months. So I do not blame Andrade one bit for wanting out. I would love to see Andrade go, I would assume, to AEW, where his former manager, Zelina Vega, is rumored to be heading very soon. But Andrade wanting out, I can't see WWE granting the release because, he's so talented, and I know AEW would probably scoop him up. Impact Wrestling would probably scoop him up. One of the most talented and definitely probably the most underused talent in the entirety of WWE. So I got to eat my ice cream before it melts. So let's get back to SmackDown. I thought that was worth talking about. That news broke earlier today. So what are we looking at for SmackDown? Let's start with Big E. This is from the official preview on WWE.com. 3 weeks after sustaining a brachial plexus injury at the hands of Apollo Crews. Intercontinental Champion Big E is back on SmackDown. Relentless pursuit of E's prestigious title has inspired Crews to embrace who he truly is, flaunting his family's wealth, dominance, and power to the WWE Universe. Crews demands an Intercontinental Championship rematch from the powerhouse of positivity and will not rest until the title holder has fallen at his feet. How will E respond to Crews' vicious new attitude? So if you've been keeping up with SmackDown, you know that Apollo Crews has embraced, I think it's his Nigerian background. This is calling back to his character previous to WWE, Uha Nation. I think that's pronounced Uha Nation or Uha Nation, which is what he wrestled under before signing with WWE like 5 or 6 years ago, whenever that was. Something very similar to his independent run before signing with the company, which is good. I think tapping into something more familiar to Apollo, giving him a fresh look. Apollo Crews is extremely talented and another one of those underutilized performers that WWE has on their roster. So I'm kind of glad they're doing something with Apollo. They've been giving him some shine, giving him some great wins and matches. Having him chase after Big E's Intercontinental Championship is really nice. I don't know if we'll get that match at Fastlane or maybe if they'll save that for WrestleMania. I think that's a WrestleMania worthy match, but we may see it at Fastlane. Who knows? Because there's not a lot going for Fastlane right now. We are also getting the KO show with Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. This is from WWE.com. 1 week before WrestleMania, opponents Bianca Belair and SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks team up to challenge Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler for the women's tag team titles at Fastlane. Kevin Owens invites the boss and the EST of WWE to what's sure to be an exciting installment of the KO show. Though united in pursuit of those tandem titles, they'll both give it their all when they collide on the grandest stage of them all. Will Owens' talk show bring Belair and Banks together or tear them apart? I've talked about this several times in the last couple weeks on the podcast that I could easily see them having a tag team championship run, possibly even losing it a week before WrestleMania. That's how these things do. They put the tag titles on them. It gives them an interesting storyline to play off of, to play around with. They lose the belts and then they have their one-on-one match. It's one of the little bag of tricks that WWE has used over the years several times. I'd prefer if they didn't do this crap. I'd prefer if they keep this straight up as a singles matchup, keep the tag stuff out of it. Give Nia and Shayna something else to do because they are both being wasted. Which I guess I'll touch on this from NXT this past week. I'll touch on that. And finally, I don't know if this will open the show, but my guess is this segment will probably close the show tonight. The contract signing for the Blue Universal Championship match at Fastlane between Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. From the official preview on WWE.com, last week in a hellacious steel cage match against Jey Uso, Daniel Bryan earned the right to challenge Roman Reigns for the Blue Universal Championship at WWE Fastlane, where he aims to finally humble the head of the table and carry the prestigious title to the main event, or to a main event battle with Hall of Famer Edge at WrestleMania. This week on Friday Night SmackDown, Reigns and Bryan will participate in a contract signing to make the anticipated Fastlane match official. Bryan last battled the big dog for the Universal Championship at Elimination Chamber. Yada, 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 yada. The big dog made the submission expert tap out to his feared guillotine, but not even the machinations of Reigns or his special counsel Paul Heyman could keep Bryan from earning another opportunity. Yada, yada, yada. It's like 2 long paragraphs just to say we're going to have a contract signing. That's all we got for SmackDown, guys. Not a lot to go off of, but let's look back at last week's SmackDown. Because sometimes you can get a guess for what we're going to see. So we had Dominic and Chad Gable last week. Actually, let's start at the top. Kind of jump in the middle. King Corbin defeated Montez Ford. I don't know if they're still going with the Sammy and King Corbin as a pairing. Maybe we'll get Sammy versus Angelo Dawkins. That's a very good possibility. Or even King Corbin versus Angelo Dawkins. Put the two beefy boys in there together. Oh, wait, they actually wrestle back to back. They're right in front of me. Holy shit. Maybe we'll get a tag match. King Corbin and Montez Ford last week. Dawkins and Zayn. Maybe they'll switch it up. Corbin and Dawkins and Ford and Zayn. Put the two big boys together. Put the two quick boys together. That's always a possibility. Dominic Mysterio and Chad Gable. Maybe we'll see something with Ray and Chad Gable or Ray and Otis. Dominic and Otis. He already beat Gable. Maybe they'll have him go against Otis next. Bianca Belair took on Shayna Baszler. I don't see them doing Nia versus Sasha. Maybe Bianca versus Nia would be something we might be able to see tonight. Not really sure what they're going to do. Again, they don't give us a lot to go off of. We can always talk NECA Ninja Turtles. That's always an option. Right, babe? Yeah. And then Cesaro defeated Murphy via submission. I'm sure we'll have some kind of continuation with Cesaro and Seth Rollins and that storyline. Again, let's see. We got Fast Lane. Because there's not a lot to go on Fast Lane either. Just Reigns and Daniel Bryan and then the women's tag team title match. And the pay-per-view is a week away. It's the 21st, so it's a week from Sunday. Not a lot to go off of. Yeah. Oh, Jen, I don't know if you saw this. An announcement. We'll talk some new stuff for the next 7 minutes because there's not really a lot to go off of. Yesterday, via her Instagram, former Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch has announced that her father has passed away. It starts off, my God, he was a great dad. My brother and I never had a second's doubt that he loved us unconditionally. He was proud of us no matter what, not for what we did, but for who we were. The rest was just details for my pops. So on behalf of everyone here, I'd like to send our condolences to the man, the mom, Becky Lynch. Very sad. Actually, hey, Jen, can you hand me her Motu? We'll show that off. White. Right there in the front. So, last weekend, was it? Last weekend. We were out and about, and we saw the WWE Masters of the Universe figures. And, of course, Jen is a huge Becky Lynch fan. I've bought her just about most of Becky Lynch's stuff and figures. And I just added to it with the Tila-inspired Becky Lynch WWE Masters of the Universe figure. You can see you got the man on the shield. He's got the snake staff there. It almost looks like the basic head for the figure, but pick this up for Jen. So now she has another Becky Lynch. She's got the basic at home. I've got the elites up here for. I just need to get you the Ultimate Edition at some point. I have to do that. Talk about last minute plans. Yes. That's what we do here. We are flying by the seat of our pants almost every night around here. Because Tuesdays for the podcast, that's different. I have that planned out. But the previews, they don't give us a lot to go off of. So sometimes you just got to fucking wing it. And tonight, we're winging it. Because to be honest, I completely lost track of time. I looked down and it was 7:17. I'm like, oh crap, I got 13 minutes to completely rearrange this room and get set up for the live stream. because got home, went out and picked up my medication, went and got dinner, ate dinner. I was sitting here watching NCIS, and then I was like, oh, right. Jen's coming over. She's bringing ice cream. And then I'm like, oh, I got a live stream. But there's one last thing I want to talk about here. This should probably fill up the last few minutes. Because this is big. This is big. So yesterday, I think it was, yes, it was yesterday. Dave Meltzer from Wrestling Observer Newsletter is announcing, or is reporting, I should say, that the entirety of the WrestleMania 37 card, save for the Reigns and Edge match and the Bianca and Sasha match, is completely up in the air. There's several reports. One is stating that other than those two matches, there was nothing really set in stone, and the lineup is fluid. We are 29 days away from WrestleMania, guys. 29 days from WrestleMania. There's 2 matches announced, and the final card isn't even set. I mean, there's a lot of matches you can kind of see coming. It looks like we'll get Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison. You have The Fiend versus Randy Orton. Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon is kind of looking likely. Lashley versus maybe Drew McIntyre if they don't do Sheamus versus Drew at WrestleMania. Who do they put against Bobby Lashley? So apparently Vince has not finalized the card, and we are less than a month away from WrestleMania. I never remember in all the years that I've been a wrestling fan, which is a lot of years, and all the years I've been hardcore into it, and in the 3 years that I've been covering it here on the podcast, I never remember a time that the WrestleMania card hasn't been finalized weeks upon weeks ahead of time. Again, we're 29 days away from WrestleMania, and we have 2 matches announced. There's several rumored, several that, look very likely, but nothing concrete at the moment. Apparently, Vince is still up in the air. He's still on the fence about what exactly he wants to do at WrestleMania this year. One superstar, however, that may or may not be at WrestleMania is someone we just talked about a few minutes ago, Chad Gable. So this comes from Twitter. AEW's Dax Harwood, formerly of The Revival in WWE, when he hinted that Chad Gable's contract may be up in the next couple of months. Harwood was responding to something that Chad Gable had tweeted out to Otis, that he's his number one man, saying, oh, wait, you're not allowed to respond to me, at least not for the next 2 months, or just paraphrasing, something along those lines, suggesting that Chad Gable's contract is coming up very soon. And then he also tweeted out later on about running that back, talking about the amazing match between American Alpha and the Revival from NXT several years ago. So Chad Gable could be on his way out the door. Not that that's a bad thing. A couple other cool things to chat about real quick is it's 8 o'clock. We'll run them down. The 2 big announcements from William Regal on Wednesday night's NXT. First and foremost, the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships are a thing. They were awarded to the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. They were then subsequently challenged by Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon, who ended up capturing the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships on Wednesday night's NXT taping. Io Shirai defeated Toni Storm in a major battle. And the last big announcement is we are not getting not 1, but 2 nights of TakeOver this year, WrestleMania week. WrestleMania week is setting up to be 9 straight days of wrestling. So that week, let me pull up my calendar so I can look at it. So you have Monday Night Raw on April 5th. Then you'll have on Tuesday the 6th, it's the Hall of Fame ceremony. Speaking of which, they are doing another, they did the class of 2020, which didn't get their official induction because of the global pandemic last year. They are going to be inducted this year, but they are also doing a class of 2021. And it was announced Wednesday on the bump that the first inductee for the class of 2021 is none other than Molly Holly. So congratulations, Nora. Molly Holly, well-deserved Hall of Fame induction for 2021. So you have Raw on Monday, Hall of Fame on Tuesday. Wednesday the 7th will be the first night of TakeOver Stand and Deliver. That'll take place on the USA Network. Then on Thursday the 8th, you'll have the second night of Stand and Deliver, which will be available exclusively on the Peacock Network. Friday will be Smackdown as normal. Saturday, I think there's something else. I don't remember what Saturday was. Or Saturday is WrestleMania Night 1. Sunday, WrestleMania Night 2. Monday is Monday Night Raw, the 12th. And then Tuesday, the 13th. If the rumor and innuendo is to be believed, NXT could be moving to Tuesday nights starting April 13th. So you have Raw, the Hall of Fame, TakeOver 2 nights, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is SmackDown, Saturday, Sunday, WrestleMania, Raw on Monday, and possibly NXT on Tuesday. That is going to be an insane week. And then Dynamite Wednesday, SmackDown Friday, just do it all over again. Absolutely insane, guys. Crazy. SmackDown's kicking off and getting on the air, so I'm going to hop off, finish the remnants of my ice cream. One last time before we go, don't forget, Monday, March the 29th is the 3-year anniversary special episode of the Wrestling with Fans podcast. Join me along with some of my favorite co-hosts, Bobby, Chris, Jason, and Jennifer. What was that look for? Oh, yeah. Well, you hear me talking. Jesus. So, I hope you guys will join us. Make sure you mark it on your calendars to hop in and check us out. WrestlingWithFans.com. New audio shows are posted every Thursday. This one will go up probably tomorrow morning. I probably won't get it done tonight. It'll go up tomorrow morning. So I apologize for no audio show yet, but it's coming. Should just join live anyway. Watch live on YouTube, and that way you don't have to download the audio show. You still should anyway. That helps the numbers, but you don't have to. Facebook.com/WrestlingWithFans. Hulk smash the like button to keep up to date with all we do here on the podcast. Wrestling with Fans podcast is on YouTube. If you're watching this live stream, you already know about it. Make sure you're subscribed, comment, smash the like button, give us thumbs up. Appreciate having you guys here. Thanks, DJ Plays, for being in the chat. As always, can always count on you to be here. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling with Fans. Take us on the go. Download us to your favorite podcast listening device. You can find us wherever you get your podcast fix. Just search Wrestling with Fans podcast. The show email is wwfshow@gmail.com. And last, but certainly not least, Mondays 7:30 to 8 for the Raw preview. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern for the live recording of the podcast. Wednesdays from 7:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern for the Dynamite and NXT preview. And then Fridays, 7:30 to 8 for the Smackdown preview. That is going to do it for this episode. We're going to unbox some NECA Ninja Turtles. I've got some wrestling figures to unbox this weekend. I've got a busy weekend planned. My weekends are always busy. And I got a bowl Saturday night. Oh, I want a bowl, but I don't want to. I know I did. I'm going to go have fun. I miss my bowling team. But that's going to do it, guys. Thank y'all for watching. This is the Wrestling with Fans podcast. Once again, my name is Kyle. I'll see you guys on Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for our Monday Night Raw preview. Enjoy SmackDown, guys. Be on the lookout for new wrestling content coming very soon. Love you guys. Peace.